Okay, so today we're going to focus on the cash budget. So actually, what is a cash budget? A cash budget is a plan that shows how much money you think you will receive for a period in the future, um, and how you think you will spend it. Okay, so and then actually, when doing the cash budget, you are planning for the future inflow and outflow of cash in the business. Okay, so even as a learner in school, when you're in school, you can do the cash budget, because the cash budget, you are planning that how are you going to receive your money in the future and how you think you will spend it. Okay, so as a learner, you can plan that, Uti, at home, every month you receive a packet money of 100 rand. So now you need to do what is called the cash budget. That how are you going to spend this money? Okay, that is what you call the cash budget. You are planning on how you will receive and then how you would spend your money in the future. So the cash budget, it deals with the cash items only. It deals with the cash items only. Okay, I will explain that one. Now, so let's say for example, um, so let's say you're a business. As a business, the money that you will expect to receive as a business, the money that you will expect to receive, it can come from where? The first one, it can come from the cash sales. The second one, um, it can come from um, the collections from the debtors. So the debtors, um, when you sell the goods on credit, okay, when you sell the goods on credit, you're selling to debtors. So in your mind, you know Wuti, in the future you will receive this money back. So this is what we call the collection from the debtors. We are collecting the money from the debtors. So when you are collecting the money from the debtors, that is what we call a receipt, because we will be receiving the money from the debtors. What else can fall under receipts? You can have the proceeds. Okay, or we can just say the disposal of the asset. Okay, the disposal of the asset. So when the business sells the asset, okay, when the business sells the asset, okay, and then the investment, it can also be the incomes. Okay, so now under receipt, we can also have the incomes. So under incomes, we can have the rent income. We are receiving the rent. We can also have the interest. Let's say, for example, is the interest on fixed deposit. Okay. What else can the business receive? It can be the loan received. Okay. So this is what the business can expect to receive maybe in the future. So the business can plan using this receipt. There's maybe in the future, I as a business am planning that maybe I will be receiving a loan of how much. Okay. And then for the payments, okay, so we can say what the business can expect to pay the following in the future. Okay, the business can expect to pay the following in the future. Okay, the payments. The first one, it can be what? The payment to creditors. Okay, the payment to creditors. Another payment, it can be the operating expenses. Okay, now under operating expenses we have many expenses. E.g., we can have the wages, we can have salaries. So there are many expenses. Okay, but what we need to note is that the cash budget deals with the cash items only. Okay, so meaning that discount received must not be included in the cash budget because this one, it's not a cash item. Yes, it's an income, but then it's not a cash items. Okay, another one, we have the discount allowed. So again, this is not a cash items. So therefore, we cannot include it under the cash budget. Okay. We also have what we call the bad debt. The bad debt. So the bad debt, you must not include it under the cash budget because it is not a cash item. Okay. So actually, in a cash budget, we do not include the non-cash item. Okay, we do not include the non-cash items. Okay, so that is the cash budget. So that is the cash budget. Planning for the future inflow and outflow of cash in the business. Okay, so let's say we have a question. The question is saying, explain how cash budget can be used as a management tool. Okay, explain how cash budget can be used as a management tool. Okay, so look at this. You are planning for your future inflow and outflow of cash. So meaning that before you arrive in that month, already you are planning that possibly the money that you will have is this one. So how can it be used, the cash budget, how can it be used as a management tool? Because now you know your future payments, you know your future receipt. So it can be used as a management tool. But how? The first one, it helps the business to see if it is managing its cash well. So the cash budget, it helps the business to see if it is managing its cash well, because you already know the future. Okay, so you can see whether you are managing your cash well or not by just looking at your cash budget. Okay, what else can you say here? Um, so it can also It can also um, make their business to see when it is the right time to invest, or when it is the right time to um, or when it is the right time to borrow money. For example, once the business can see that according to its cash budget, it is going to need a large amount of money. So what the business will do, the business will go and borrow money. So in that way, this is preventing the business from going to bankrupt. Okay, because it can see its future. So meaning that now it can manage its cash well. Okay, so that is another thing that you can say on this point. So, but there are many things that you can say here. There are many things that you can say here on how it can be used as a management tool. Okay,